Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike.
And today we're going to be listening to Saba. The album is called Care For Me. Dad, have you ever heard of Saba, or do you know who Saba is?
No, sir.
Okay, so Saba is a rapper. Surprise, surprise. We're doing a rap album on the channel. He's a Chicago native. I guess you would say, I wouldn't call him underground because I think he's gotten a lot of attention from the rap community, but I wouldn't say he's a mainstream artist by any means.
Okay.
This album is called Care For Me. This is his second album. It came out in 2018, and it's by far his most successful and most critically acclaimed record. He only has three. He only has 3 albums total so far in his discography, studio albums. So...
what year did it come out?
2018. So this is his second album. This is one of the very expensive albums that you bought.
Oh.
I think last year for Christmas. One of the hard to find records. So the first one was like well received. It got positive reviews, but not like overwhelmingly. This was like a lot of people in the rap community like hold this album in very high regard. Obviously me too, since it was on my record list. It was one of my favorite albums of that year. So I don't know how much I want to give about the album. It's not too long. It's 10 tracks. Yeah, I always can't think
struggle with it.
Yeah, until we get into the video, just because like I know like the main themes, but I think I'd rather not put too much into your brain before you take it in yourself. You know what I mean?
I like the cover. It's
black and white. Him sitting in his kitchen, I think.
It reminds me of the cover. I don't know who it was. Standing on the porch of the house he grew up in.
Oh, JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
The veteran cover.
Yeah, it was very similar. Very simplistic.
Yeah, that's a good observation because, that's a very personal space to show.
Yes.
On a record. And then especially this inside a kitchen. So this is like, in a specific room. Yeah. In his house, not just outside of the house.
Right.
So, his name's Saba, 28 years old. So he was about 23, 24 when he made this. Okay. A lot of the production is done by him on here.
Okay.
Not all of it. He has his, core producer collaborators that he works with.
Okay.
The first track is called Busy/Sirens, featuring The Mind.
I'm so alone, but all of my friends got some shit to do. Yeah, all of them got plans, I call them on bed, they text, and they never cross me like bad pedestrians. I've been this awkward since adolescence, I don't know how long I had depression, never no peer pressure. I'm trying to get my little pecker off in some girl I call my BFF, that ain't no secret kept. I fucked and told my cousin I'm broke, I wasn't buzzing. I tried to hit a few years, she wasn't budging. I'm bogus, left my girl for some shorty deserving of all this lonely. You said Jesus got killed for our sins, Walter got killed for a coat. I'm trying to cope, but it's a part of me gone. In the pad room I'm alone.
Day, I'll hit you back right away. I've seen that skies were gray. I hope to God you're safe.
I'm so alone, just me and my girl. She leave me for work, then leave me for school. She finally home, I leave her for tour. FaceTime me new to the year, all of this new to me, yeah. All of the infidelity when I was 17, been catching up and still feel like she catch me cheating. Niggas asking me how tour was, knowing I've been home like 2 months. And I seen your ass like 2 times, say the small talk like 2 down.
I'll hit you back right away. I've seen that skies were gray. I hope to God you're safe.
I'm barely here, how I ain't present. Yeah, I drift for a second, forgot to reply to your message. But all this shit,
sirens on the way, ay. Now you're lying with the angels, like, sirens on the way, ay. Now we're lying with the angels, like, sirens on the way, ay. Now you're lying with the angels, like, sirens on the way, ay. Now we're lying
Yeah, riding through the city. I'm young, I'm black, I'm guilty. I know one time wanna kill me. They don't know me, but they feel me. 15 years old with this sticky. They gon' blame it on the marijuana. Hands behind you. Hey, clutch that burst cause I might dreadlocks. Cross that street cause I'm with my friends. Curse every song in hip hop. Keep telling yourself it's a fad. Sirens on the way. Ay, now you're lying where the angels lie. Yeah, sirens on the way. Ay, now we're lying where the angels lie.
So I like the music. Interesting style of message. Interesting sound to his voice. I'm guessing, since you didn't want to say, any prediction or revelation what some of the songs or what the album might be about, sounds like he had a girl who, died in his presence. Sounds like it to me. The music was good. Nice, thick beat in the back.
Yeah. Beat switch up halfway through.
Yeah, and then the long pause, and then talking about, the sirens are on the way, and now you're with the angels.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the theme.
So, he references, he says in a line there, Jesus got killed for our sins, Walter got killed for a coat. So before this album was made, shortly before, his cousin was killed. His cousin was stabbed over a coat. Someone stabbed him and stole his coat.
Damn.
He grew up and lived in Chicago and was born in Chicago. And I know there's a lot of parts of Chicago that are really not the best. Actually,
Still.
quite the worst in America. So
Right up there with Detroit.
yeah. So him knowing that, obviously he knows that, he grew up there, but I think this was the first death that was, someone directly related to him that he was very close with. So that's going to be a lot of the parts of the themes of the album, is reflecting on why his brother died and his feelings after his brother died. I think hence a lot of the darkness in the cover, no color. Yeah. And then obviously talking about little other things that here and there, his
Yeah.
life at the moment, and
Being on tour.
being on tour and not being able to be close to people. So
Everybody's busy.
yeah.
It's okay.
Track 2 is called Broken Girls.
Okay.
I'm in love with broken girls, girls, girls. Hey girl, 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 girl. I'm in love with broken girls, 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 girls. Hey girl. Really I'm broke myself, and I think she might help. Really I love a story, and I think she might tell. Really I'm not your crutch, really you're not my girl. Really she using me, but it's cool we use each other. I'm in love with contemplating about the pressure, conversations about depression, confrontation cause we care too much about each other. We know it ain't permanent but temporary, releasing your Issa Rae insecure. Tread light like broken glass, really I'm not my past. Really I snatched her soul, really that's not to brag. Depend on me until I'm bored. I return your heart as quick, I return your call. Tables turn quicker cause after a weekend I miss ya. I don't want you but I'm conflicted. I know that back and forth, yo shit over with, but you gon' take me back, I'm gon' convince you. Pain ain't never looked so tempting, lonely never looked so distant. We just gon' ignore the tension. You know we both not shit, I know that shit toxic. I'm in love with broken girls, girls, hey girl.
I get the message, being with someone who's toxic and
Yeah.
acknowledging it, in it, he's in it, acknowledges it, not really happy about it, but he's accepting it. I can't tell if he enjoys broken girls or just tends to find them.
Yeah. Or if he's just telling himself that.
Yeah.
Is his style throwing you off?
The style
so far?
is I'm not hating it. I'm not loving it. I'm experiencing it.
Yeah.
So
He's very different for sure. Very unique.
Yeah, slow.
Yeah.
It's definitely slow paced. Yeah. Clearly trying to get some feelings out here.
Yeah.
So I get what he's trying to do. The music behind it is very simple. There's not a lot of complexity. It some of that similar like that you hear in a lot of songs of
it's
rap.
a little stripped back, the production.
Yeah.
This is track 3. It's called Life.
That's something you don't hear. Upright bass.
Yeah. And heavily strummed.
I got angels running away. I got demons hunting me. I know Pop with 25. I know Jesus 33. I tell death to keep a distance. I think he obsessed with me. I say, God, that's a one. I know she would die for me. They want a barcode on my wrist to auction off the kids that don't fit the description of a utopia. Mama mixed the vodka with the Sprite. They killed my cousin with their pocket knife while my uncle on the phone. He was gone for more than half my life. He got out a year and then he died. I was on the road, talking to my father on the phone. Left the city when I was just 4, none of them would get along. Mama begging him for when it coast. I was chillin' with my niggas poop, now they tryna take his life. Don't mean shit to a nigga that ain't never had shit. Yeah, I got my granddaddy's soul. I'm at war, that's on my mind. I seen Walter body cool. Wish I could switch you with mine. I'm not worried about no rap shit. Distractions or waste of times. I still go to social functions even though I'm so anti. No, I'm no Rihanna, the core gonna throw it like Donovan down a bit. I just been modeling my whole career as if Park was in studio. Monitor shaking, I raised the apartment. I'm buying with profit. I made what I made and a lot to. Left the city when I was just 4, none of them would get along. Mama begging him for when it coast. I was chillin' with my niggas poop, now they tryna take his life.
Is it weird that I focus on vodka and Sprite?
What?
All I could think about was the vodka and Sprite. And Keith Richards, one of his favorite drinks was vodka and orange soda. He called it nuclear waste. Little venting,
More up-tempo.
he admits it. I noticed in the last song how his voice, he started the rap deep. His voice was deep.
Super. Yeah, he has a deep voice.
On this one, not so much.
He can go up a little. Yeah.
There was a little bit of feeling of an Eminem.
He can flow really well.
Yeah.
I think he shows that here.
Yeah,
more
it sounded
than the first two.
When he had the angry part, about Congress and that sounded very Eminem-ish to me. If that.
Yeah.
But he clearly is even saying that he doesn't want to be compared.
Yeah.
I hear that theme a lot in some of the rappers who, they want to be. I guess it's hard in this genre to not be compared because, I'm doing it already. I'm saying, kind of like Eminem doesn't care about the rap shit he says. It's I don't know. It's one of those things where, well, what is your message then?
I think rap shit, not meaning doesn't care about rap, but like rap politics. Like, that Kendrick song that we listened to?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about no politics in rap.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think he's saying he doesn't care.
No. I didn't mean that. But the fact that he's saying it makes me feel like he's really just about not wanting to be compared, giving a little, giving some of his thoughts here about life in general. And
yeah, he references Walt again too a couple times. The guy I told you about.
Wish you would switch bodies with him.
Yeah. The next track is called Calligraphy.
The melancholiness is evident in every song.
Very true.
Whether it's the
I
piano.
don't tell the truth, so y'all feel sorry for me. I don't write this shit, so y'all feel God coming. I don't get down like that road, the amount of raps just on the mission to find something. Calligraphy, write it away, write it away. I just got tired of running away, running away. Everyone leaving, I write them away, write them away. Calligraphy. I'm not mad at God, I just can't get out of bed. My best friend obituary really hang on my wall. By the dresser, I'm trying to see it a life lesson. No time for morning in my schedule. I see the right list. Calligraphy. Yeah, reading the signs like I'm a highway driver. I just hit blase, hieroglyphic. I see the wall that they writing. I build a wall up in my head, autopilot. But it felt like I was on. I sent the word out flying. Calligraphy.
Musically, that was very jazzy.
Yeah, saxophone, drums.
I think if you took away the lyrics, that'd be right up there with something you'd hear like in a jazz club if you're just sitting and it was background music. So that was cool. I like how his music is simple.
Yeah.
He's using very simple music. Definitely a somber tone to the album so far.
Yeah, especially this track, for sure.
Definitely dealing with the loss. Definitely got some PTSD there.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
trying
being able to get out
to
of
wrestle, with the depression of, you know, having the obituary lingering over his head. Maybe he got it taped up in his room, you know, looks at it a lot. Has some thoughts and belief about God, you know, talked about the frustration with political people talking about, you know, being religious and probably not. So that kind of bothers him.
Yeah.
Sounds like he does have some feelings about a higher power like God. He does call him God.
Yeah. You can feel the isolation more now, a little bit starting to seep in through this track. This one's much more being alone in a room now. And before he was giving more general ideas, but now he's starting to bring it into
and referenced about, you know, being antisocial, but he still pushes himself to get out there and try to be.
Yeah.
But he knows when he's alone, you know, builds up walls in his head.
Yeah.
Blase, blah,
That's
blah, blah.
I love this verse.
Yeah, that is a good...
Reading the signs like I'm a highway driver. I just said blase. Hieroglyphics, because, you know, that's like writing on the wall.
Right.
I see the wall that they write in.
Yeah.
Like hieroglyphics. I build up a wall in my head. Autopilot, what it felt like I was on. I sent the word out flying. So it's like he's getting these thoughts out through the calligraphy, through the pen.
Just write it away. Try to write it away.
Yeah, but he's in his free time now, you know, he's just at home. He's dealing with this stuff on his own.
Yeah, and really you can't write it away, but I'm still amazed at the ability of people in the midst of tough stuff to find a way, whether it's painting or building things or making, you know, models.
To create.
To create an expression of what they're feeling.
Yeah. The next song is called Fighter, featuring Kaina. Not sure how to pronounce it, but I need to make that into merch one day. Because I don't know how many times I've said that on here.
Very similar theme, the
slowness.
Strumming.
Yeah.
Just fall cause his family wouldn't stop talking. We neighbors who argued often. I run, I jogged him, toss a jab and I caught him. He threw a left, ain't connect cause I ducked. When I came back up, I seen his sister talking trash. Like, touch my brother, I'm beating your ass. So I fucked the brother up to see what she about. Yeah, walked away and then we noticed that his teeth was out. Yeah, she ain't deuces, she just mad we got to see her pout. Somehow I never could touch him. Our brothers broke the shit up and I walked the rest of the day with my head down. Funny how getting your ass beat a spread around. Yeah.
I don't wanna fight no more, 'cause I'm not fine. I want no more.
So me and E got we scrap again. Jacob jumped in, I'm handicapped. Man, he watched from across the street. Then he ran up and hopped on me. 3-on-1, they teaming up. But me, I never think to run. They circling around, got me surrounded like police or something. So it's bad enough they already jumping me. Then I see Sale coming, I'm praying please don't fuck with me. It's not fair and I think he agrees. So instead of fighting with them, he came and teamed up with me. Me and my girl just fought cause I talked before she could talk. She was telling a story, I cut her off with some shit not about the same topic. So she just stopped in the middle before the plot hit the rest of the car. I silent like you always do this, like you don't value my thoughts. Either that or you too damn stupid to realize that if you don't hear me out then I'ma feel muted. You say that you care, well show it, I'm not asking a lot. I know you think you listening, but you just waiting to talk. My fault.
But I don't wanna fight no more, 'cause I'm not fine.
But these folks don't care to know, they think you rolling in the dough. Not realizing your next meal is a 4 for 4. Still feeling the guilt that Walt never thought to call. Fighting myself to get out of bed. I'm fighting myself to get out of bed. Fighting myself.
Me and Nick drop tears. I've been on the floor for a whole year. We are broke. We are broke.
So that one had a lot of insight into who he is.
Yeah.
What he went through. Right? Sounds like there was some bullying going on. And, you know, probably lashing out to himself, some anger, starting fights.
Yep.
I like the part, I've been told myself about, you know, not really being a good listener, wanting to, you're not really listening if you're just waiting to say
talk.
what you have to say.
It's a great line.
Yeah, I can identify with that. It brought back some memories of younger days, and, you know, we walked the streets a lot. We walked, you know, we were on the streets a lot. And if you got into a beef with somebody or you got into an argument and you had a fight, you know, and it didn't end, just because someone breaks it up doesn't mean it's over. We used to open up the hydrants, and this guy, this friend of mine, childhood friend, Muggsy, I'll never forget it.
Muggsy.
I hated him. But, you know, he was the bully. He was the real neighborhood bully. And I just got tired. And he was ugly, man. He was fucking ugly. And,
we'll pull up a picture. No, okay.
Yeah, I opened up they opened up the fire hydrant, and we used to put the cans in front of it and spray it. And he wanted his turn to do it, and I said, "No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait." And out of the blue, he fucking hit me in the back of the head with a bottle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
were you like a teenager?
Yeah, of course. And you know, there we were rolling around in the glass and the water.
Oh
and,
my god.
It got broken up, but, you know, everything was, you know, fucking Muggsy hit Mike in the head with a bottle. He got his ass kicked. You know, I didn't really get my ass kicked. I got sly wrapped from
And then
behind.
it got broken up.
Yeah, and it didn't, you know, and then it would be like, you know, if I even saw him coming around on his bicycle, I'd be like, fucking Muggsy,
leave me
man, you're the
alone.
bane of my existence.
And the next track is called Smile.
Sweet West Side Chicago, 2-flat apartment, red brick and garden, that's been forgotten. Grass
now
all
this feels a little more
vacant
uplifting.
lots splotchy,
Yeah,
and
bank
smile.
account splotchy, and we talk like we from the South. Our parents from the South. And if I make $1 million, I'll vacation in the South, and I'll smile, 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 smile.
Bass guitar right here.
I was just gonna say.
Woman outside and safe out playground, grandma apparel cut. Yeah, cut up with my cousins, dream about when we grew up. Yeah, 2 sides slipping off our feet, our souls is hella black. When we die, we go to heaven. No, my granny told me that.
Life I be taking for granted. Capture the moment they can. My cousin be trapping, they came in the mail. I said I'm down next to plan. He said this
Damn,
shit's
I
in the
can't
jail.
even keep
Grandma
up.
say, what is that smell? We turn the boom, how? Like me on King of the Hill.
That's a funny
Niggas
line.
talk how they gon' keep it 100, but I'd rather keep it a mill. Everybody eat. I treat it like heat, so that mean it's not a joke. I said I'ma keep it the mill, the rule. That mean a higher note. My grandma from Pink Hill, and my granddaddy from Houston. And if I make $1 million, then I'ma tell them we moving.
Smile, 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 smile. All that I am is my family these days. Moment of madness like dancing with Eve. More than a canvas, you carry me these days. Practice, I'm trying to remember.
Sweet West Side, Chicago, 2-flat apartment, red brick and garden, that's been forgotten. Grass all splotchy, vacant lot splotchy, bank account splotchy, and we talk like we from the South.
Smile, smile, smile.
I like that clapping. It came in at the end.
It's like it sounds like someone's like singing along in the back.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
he's singing.
I like that one.
That's
that
a good
was
one.
very upbeat
Yeah,
compared to the first few tracks.
this one's now looking out towards the future instead
Yeah.
of what's happening now.
And he has a nice appreciation for his lineage. You know, sounds like he heard
Grandparents.
stories from his parents and his grandparents about where they're from and Texas and life in the South. And, you know, if I make $1 million, we'll vacation there. I'll move you there. We'll live there.
Yeah,
That's nice, you know.
it's a nice outlook.
Yeah, nice outlook. No talk of the struggle here.
The next track is called Log Out.
If you press logout, you get forgotten what's supposed, but a reminder just how boring our lives are. Look at how much fun I'm having. Ain't no beauty in the absence of broadcasting till you fall. I seen us get naked. I seen us exhibit behavior. I see famous people all over. I don't want no autograph. I just wanna follow back. Maybe tag till you fall. Playback, say that. That's just the way that the game
Very
goes. After the
jazzy
rain, it's a
background
rainbow. I see
here.
a product you paid for. She give
Aside
a
for that,
if I can unlock
yeah,
any
the rest of it, the piano.
I don't walk without my headphones. I don't got cable in my crib. I don't even know how we got here. Be independent is my fear. Everybody insecure, especially people with everything. Why you think they got everything? How would you think they got it? Ooh. Everybody insecure, especially people with everything. Why you think they got everything? How would you think I got everything? Look.
Everything's on camera. Everything's on camera. Everybody want handouts. Everybody.
I don't know why the feature is not listed on Spotify, but this is Chance the Rapper. You haven't heard him before on the channel. I don't know. I don't know
I've seen him on
why.
commercials.
I don't know why it doesn't say it. That's very strange.
He has a real. To me, he's hard to look at. He has a very big head.
All them scratching their head now. Ain't nobody got dandruff. Don't nobody like selfies on their own page. I know people with their friend requests as their homepage. Ain't put a picture on their wall since the Stone Age. Feel locked up in their own cage when they on stage.
If you press logout, you get forgotten what's supposed, but a reminder just how boring our lives are.
There were parts of it that reminded me of that character on SNL where she tries to top everything you say. Like, oh, I have that too.
Yeah. Kristen Wiig. Yeah.
Whoever that character.
He kind of does like
It did sound like that at some parts.
he kind of does like a jazzy thing with his voice in that song where he like shortens words and squishes words and
Not as
lightens his
bad.
voice.
Not as bad, but it had the stops and starts.
Yeah.
So I'm getting more used to that in a song.
Yeah, Chance does that a lot for sure. Chance the Rapper.
And
Topically understandable.
it's good. Very good line.
Yeah.
Once
if you press log out, you
press
get
log out,
forgotten.
that's great. And you know, very much a commentary of how much the internet has
Taken over.
yeah, I mean really
I like too where he's like people don't even want autographs anymore. They just want like, oh, follow me. Like meeting a famous person. Oh, follow me.
yeah,
Like
be a
they don't
million
even care about
followers. No, I know.
they don't even care about the in-person interaction. They're
No,
like,
no.
oh, I could post this and tag you and people
Yeah.
will see.
I mean that's I hope that in a few years, you know, all the Instagram, all that. I mean, I'm not on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, but I do realize how much time people spend.
Yeah.
For people who maybe struggle, you know, with emotional issues, you know, if you're not secure, if you don't have self-confidence or
Yeah.
it could really, you know,
It can screw
you
with
start to
you.
read these negative comments and it's like, you know, you hear it and you might think it doesn't bother
Yeah.
you, but I'm sure like a lot of people, they lay there at night and, they can dwell on the one, 100 people could tell you how great you are, and the one person doesn't. You could easily focus on that one negative comment and be like, what the fuck, who is that guy?
I wonder if people think that the people that comment that Turning the Tables ripoff think that we lose sleep over it.
Oh no,
we don't.
No. I mean, that's not why we do this even.
No, I was just laughing because I was like, that's what. But when the person comments, they think that they're like, oh, like
they're shooting you down.
But it's like,
okay, that's your opinion. Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
The next track here is called Gray.
The best song was probably on the B-side. Won't be surprised when the label denied the so great.
Yet again, we did it. The perfect transition.
I really like the jazz feel of this album, the piano,
but that's not the one that got
the chords of it. Listen to those horns.
Great horns.
I mean, this is, I don't know, if he's got to be a fan of jazz.
The one that wasn't as honest, but this is what they say make you die. This and no game.
There you go.
Yeah. Sometimes I think about
what a
the
segue.
pressures of
I didn't do it on purpose again.
To get called a success even with no college. We barely even considered. Don't label me with them niggas. Infatuation with plastic. I wanted it to be realer. First they wanted it hip hop, and then they wanted gorilla, and then they wanted drug dealer. Sometimes I think about the pressures of the label and what it take to get paid for. Discovering art they ain't no existed. I know it ain't your intention to try and change me. Multi-million your children. Private school late attending. An album selling what did it. I shuck and jive a good nigga. Spit the pot and I'm silent. I'ma give you your single and you just give me the finance. Saba, if it's so bad, then hey, why the hell are they signing? Cause Sitcha wanna be Walker and Walker wanna be driving.
The single, the one that wasn't as honest, but this is what they said make you die. This and no game.
Love this jazz.
Yeah. Symbols.
Carefully editing every word, everything gotta be charity. Giving my all these melodies therapy. I keep it thoroughly, pivot the legacy. How could you not be moved? I don't give them an option to. Don't nobody wanna be great, everybody wanna be seen, and nobody wanna be quiet. Everything is.
Maybe it's because we just recently listened to Eminem. What his angry verses are very reminiscent of the anger that Eminem raps about.
The emotion behind
the way he delivers it, it's very similar, especially with his voice. Maybe I'm comparing it, but to my ear, I could hear if he was a feature Eminem, let's say. I could
that's
see
a pretty
him,
high praise, though.
I think he could give that to him and
Wow.
have it go.
Yeah.
No?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm saying that's high praise to say that for sure. Like, not many people can keep up with that flow, but he can.
I mean, my eyes are like even the
well, it fits the jazz up tempo.
I don't know though. I mean, it's very.
I like it a lot.
It's very experimental to have slow jazz.
Well, that's the second portion picks up with the.
But it's still slow
keys and
jazz.
drums. Yeah,
jazz is mostly slow.
Yeah.
Even fast jazz is slow. He uses it really well.
The next track, the second to last track, is called Prom/King.
This remind me of before we had insomnia. Sleeping peacefully, never needed a pile of drugs. Everybody was college bound. No dollar amounts, in God we trust. Senior year, my prime ain't had no party bus. My cousin hit me on Facebook like, what shorty you taking? I'm lying, I'm playing, I'm saying I got one to take, and I'm waiting on her response. Wrote her a 3-page letter, it's 3 days later, never hit me back, she broke my heart. So now he eyeing me shit like, yo, is shorty bad? I pretend not to be depressed, she never wrote me back. I hit him back like, yo, well, fuck her, it's on to the next. I wrote that message thinking I'm awkward, probably never had sex. You know, in high school, 16, you probably late. My cousin hit me back, don't trip, bro, I got you a date. So he sent me this link to some girl I had never seen. He said to call her, tell her Walter sent you with me. She asked me what's the color scheme that we gon' wear to prom. I'm acting like I'm not excited, trying to play it off. So what's the car we taking? Worst come worst, her mom could take us. I'll call Walter, thank him. He said don't trip and just wear black. He said she cool and they go back if any problems hit him back. I never had to. but now we in tune. He Facebook messaged me like, sorry not to be a nuisance, but he like $30 short on all his prime suit shit. I'm like, I got you, cuz that's the least that I could do. He tell me send him to Addy and he'll slide after school. I'm talking shit, I know he hoop. I'm like, hey, where the rent, bro? He like, tomorrow, if you free, you probably weak as shit, though. I know my brother not, so all three of us went to the park and ran some niggas off the court. I'm hella passive, I was passing, I ain't have to score. The next day, the prom, I couldn't sleep, I stayed up. My granddad gave me a condom, then walked away, didn't say nothing. She hopped out of a car and said that her name was Jada. My heart's racing, I'm focused, I'm trying to keep it player. Gave her the croissant, a corsage, or whatever the fuck my mom handed me and said, now put it on a hand, Malik. Family ties. My grandfather taught me how to tie for tie, cause my dad lived in NY. I'm looking around like, damn, I don't know nobody. We at this party out west, and Jada left to get dressed. I fake like I'm sending texts. Some stranger get really close. I swear that I hear his breath, then he put a knife to my neck. Gave me the rundown like Jada, my sister. And if you hit her, fuck her, make her miss you, I'ma kill you. At this point, I'm just exhausted, wondering where the fuck's Walter. He shows up like 30 minutes after our altercation. I never mentioned it to him. He kinda overprotective, and I know if I tell him that he'll beat this nigga skull in, turn his body a skeleton, and I night it and terrible. I excel and say fuck it, and I just chose to let it go. I went to St. Louis, had a full ride for his hooping. Him and his coach got into it, now he back home doing music. Ay, I was at Columbia, a damn near straight A student. I had one beat in a hip-hop class, I thought that shit was stupid. He transferred to Robert Morris, oh it's lit, we down the street. My class let out at 2:40 and his class let out at 3. Mama asked me where the hell I been at, where the hell I be. I'm with Walter, mom's safe, I keep walking in here late. I might fall off in your bed, I get girls now, I get laid. We signed our name on the open mic list and then they skipped us. And then they skipped us again like a week later. Like obviously this fucking host can't read the paper. Hella intimidating, the big guy didn't have to flex. So Walter walked to the host and said, this the name you calling next. Bullied our way to the stage and then overstayed our welcome. An apple never get too far from the tree that it fell from. He said he with TY on the highway and some niggas just tried to kill him. Emptied the clip on the car but somehow they didn't hit him. Sometimes I fucking hate Chicago cause I hate this feeling. Innocent niggas get shot at in the broad day, the AM. I asked him for a play-by-play of how their whole day went. He said he went to export and they ran him full court. And I cannot retort without thinking that this can't be the reason. So what else you do? What about Ty? Is he still cool? Where you on your way from and where you on your way to? He say he just left for dinner at a friend crib and that's it. He say Ty don't do shit but smoke, honestly Saba, that's it. 6 months pass by, every day we celebrate, every day a better day. I just dropped bucket list, water about to drop a tape. Everything going perfect, couldn't paint a better way. Pivot gang is on the way, we just sold out Lincoln Hall. Then I went to Dr. Sway, I got back home and got back on it. Cause what I was doing 2 a day, sending me links to something that he made. Kid Cudi, we are not riding the waves. Ayy, grandma made us play, we played 2K, that's just the day before. Fatima got a show tomorrow, he text me, ayy, we in that hoe. I went to the barber shop the first thing the next morning. Then I got up with legit, we supposed to do some recording. 10 minutes into the session, I got a call from a number that I don't got saved. But I answer anyway, she says, hello, Malik, have you or Squeak talked to my son today? He was just on the train. We got in the car, but we didn't know where to drive to. Fuck it, wherever you are, my nigga, we'll come and find you.
Just another day in the ghetto. Oh, the streets bring sorrow. Can't get up to date with the schedule. I just hope I make it to tomorrow.
That was great. Great song.
Yeah. I can never get through that song.
Jeez, 7.5 minutes, man.
That whole thing is about, about the guy I was telling you about, Walt.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning is they're telling the childhood story of the first time he started hanging out with him.
Mm-hmm.
He hooked him up with the girl for prom, and very innocent, very childlike. But then it quickly shifts, he speeds everything up to tell you the rest of that story so fast, and how they started, getting open mics and getting their way in there. And
yeah,
his cousin was also making music under this collective that he started, and he was starting to take off, and his cousin was starting to take off, and It's like, you know, one day, that's all it took. And he says about how much he hates Chicago because that looming feeling of like, at any moment, who knows?
You could be walking
someone
down
close
the
to
street
me,
and get
I could
jumped.
get a call.
Yep.
And then, you know, he gets the call from his mom in the studio while making his first album.
Have you seen him? Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It is. It's, I mean, it gives you clearly the sense of how tight he was with Walter.
Yeah.
And
an incredible storytelling track too. From the second it starts,
I mean, it's like
you get lost in it.
How do you? I could never take. I mean, just me sharing a story of what some of the things I went through. How do you take that and put it into
8 minutes of rhyming almost?
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that song hooks you like immediately.
Oh, you don't want to let go.
But when it hooks you, you think like, oh, this is just like, it's like funny at the beginning and about, you know, him being nervous for prom and his cousin.
Very
hooking him up.
relatable. Yeah.
But then it's like a ramp up into their life and everything that led up to his death on that day. I think that's a perfect centerpiece of the album. You know, obviously.
Oh,
I'm saying obviously this time, and I mean it.
It's
but
the highlight of the album. Yeah.
All these emotions he's been feeling about him, but we never heard anything about Walter.
Right.
Or, you know, and now he gets one big track that their child from when their childhood to their career starting together to his death.
Yeah, best friend. Really, in 7 minutes, conveys a bond between two brothers. They might have been cousins, but they were brothers.
Yeah.
You know, how he was not again, he talks about not being a fighter, and he probably leaned on his cousin to, you know, be the heavy, and he must have been an intimidating guy or had more confidence than he did to, you know, go up there and challenge the open mic guy to, hey, you better call us next. And this is a classic song for this album.
Yeah.
It actually, you know, towards the end summarizes
what you were hearing
how I got there.
Yeah. The final track here is called Heaven All Around Me.
Yelling at my mother like I know you hear me. Get a little closer, repeat. Bus driver pass me up, don't see me. Paramedic talk about what he need. He need his oxygen. They seem incompetent. I see the consequence. I walk where I can't hear them. They're inaudible. I got a light, I gotta go. Forensic search for follicle. I promise y'all I'm not a ghost. I promise y'all, look, there's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around. No, I can't feel pain, but I can see the stars. I ain't even vain, but I know we with God. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. Yelling at my brothers like I know that I'm here. Regardless how loud they don't hear. Walking through the crowd, they shed tears. I know I did not disappear. Uphill, I'm battling. I see the cameraman. I see the news stations. Truck parked outside. It's every channel here. Yeah, interview, cut. Someone just bled out because they got chalk outline. Look like the shape of my shadow. And go right through the wall if I try touch. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven.
Slowest beat of the record.
Yeah.
Little acapella stuff going on there. Sweet. Nice way to end.
Yeah. Good closer.
Yeah, I mean, again, he went from very melancholy, very feeling the depression as a listener.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it changed with Smile. And then Prom King and this wrapped the album up just really, really well.
Yeah. I was reading before that he wanted Prom King. That was the original closer to the album. But he said that when he played it for other people, he said he didn't like leaving everyone with such a like empty feeling that he said he wanted something a little more positive to close it out.
It works.
Otherwise, he said people would just be like super depressed.
That was a good
ending.
call. That was a good call.
Yeah.
Because the album gives a range of emotions as a listener. And, the title of it, Care for Me, you can't help but not do that listening to this.
Yeah.
I think I like him as a person based on his music.
Yeah.
Artistically, it was very, the music was straightforward. A lot of jazz influence, but then that slow beat was just his way of just saying heaven all around me, being a little bit invisible, like to his brothers, like it's almost like in a dream state.
Well, I think this is from Walt's perspective, the cousin that died, because at the end of that song he dies, and now it's that's why he's saying there's heaven all around me. It's like he's looking down on everyone.
You just changed my whole okay, I didn't get that.
And that's why he's saying he sees the interviews and the ambulances and the chalk outline.
Oh, now
he's
I
like
get
looking
it.
down, and he's saying like I could push through a wall if I could
like
try.
Oh shit!
Like
so
I could
being
walk
a
through
ghost,
walls. Yeah,
yelling at
I
his
can't
mother.
feel pain.
I know you
could see the stars.
Oh my god! How did I
we're
not
with
get
God.
this?
Yeah, see, read this verse again.
I know that I'm here. Yeah, yelling at my brothers. I know I'm. I'm here.
Walking
But
through the crowd,
regardless
they
of how
share
loud I
tears.
shout, they don't hear me. Oh man!
I see the news station parked outside. Every channel's here. Interview. It's like he had just got killed, and now he's looking down on everyone. And he says, "I see the light," and it's like Walt, from his perspective, entering heaven and the feeling of peacefulness after he's dead.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got it.
Makes it
I'm
a
glad you said it.
still,
it changes.
still in a way somber, but
now
a peaceful feeling of like, okay, he knows that. Did I blow your mind a little?
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
And this is one definitely that I've listened to. I listened to a lot when it came out, multiple times, and it's like the more you listen, and like you said, it kind of unravels itself towards the end, where it's like even this now, like after when you listen to it more than once, it's like everything kind of starts to piece together more. Like, okay, this is really a full story of.
It was a full story album.
Yeah. Yeah.
It talked about music business, prom.
But it's like, who got him here? Whose absence is he feeling? And these last two tracks being centered at him and then from his perspective perfectly ties everything together,
I enjoyed this. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It was a nice journey.
Yeah. Great album.
Yeah.
I'm glad you hung in because I knew that the more it went on, the more.
I've learned, and that's probably why you didn't give me a prequel as to
because I didn't want to say like, oh, it's about his cousin who died.
Oh, I would have been totally
'cause then
focused
it's
on
like,
that.
Now I'm waiting to.
Yeah, I'm picking up on things.
It's better to because Saba does a great job himself at allowing everything to unfold at the right pace, and you know what I mean. Where instead of me giving you everything,
and I admitted in the beginning I was thinking, oh my god, this is going to be a tough one. The whole album's going to maybe it was a JPEG thing, that I couldn't
wouldn't click.
I couldn't click, and the way he was delivering it, but he was everywhere. He was jazzy. He was open. It was melancholy. It was hopeful.
Yeah.
It was a real window into a man. And I hope, maybe the next, number 3, if that was more recent.
Yeah, that was last year. Or this year. It might have been January.
I'm interested to see what type of music is on there because, you can't keep this going. Like you said, this is a very personal album.
This is like a moment in his life.
Maybe he could reference Walter, like Eminem does. He may reference the girl again in another song, but it's not going to be the overall message. That whole sitting stance is a very protective.
Here you go.
It's a very protective stance. Like if I saw someone sitting like that, I'd think they're either in trouble.
Yeah.
It almost looks like when you get pulled over and they make you sit down, like when you're smuggling something in the airport. I've seen
Very
that
dark,
on that
too.
show. Yeah, very dark.
I think it's a gray record too, which fits the
The
some of
actual
themes.
vinyl?
Yeah. Gray record.
Oh, Care for Me. But what a nice message there, huh?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how I felt. Like, you know, he needed to do this, and he knows how special it is to him. But to have, again, so like we're probably going to see that just like we did for Man in the Moon. The comments on this have got to be, you know,
Yeah.
either
Or even it affecting me how it did, and not on a, you know, not on something that like saved my life, but just the way that, you know, the music itself just could personally affect me. You know what I mean?
which makes it great art. If anybody can feel anywhere near what he feels,
Yeah.
what a humbling experience
Yeah.
that is for anybody.
As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening with me. And we'll see you next week with a new album and a new video. Peace out.